I wish you were right, but so much political messaging in movies and TV shows these days that I literally avoid this form of art. I literally watched Three Stooges last week and enjoyed it very much. Well, Three Stooges is great. So we are going to engage in a very peaceful and respectful conversation right now. So you raise a great question, which is, does art imitate life or does life imitate art? And the answer, of course, is both. It just depends. So part of the job of a writer is to look out the window and to acknowledge what's going on in the real world. To not do that is bad writing, and it's weird, and you pick up on it. So for example, let's say we're watching a show. And by the way, sometimes you're getting messaged. I acknowledge that. But sometimes you're not being messaged. It just feels like you're being messaged. So here's the example, okay? So let's say we're watching a show, and in it, one of the characters goes by the pronouns they, them. Now, you may have a problem with that. I don't think that should be normalized. Hollywood is trying to normalize they, them, right? You may have a strong opinion. But the truth is, these people, whether you like it or not, the people who prefer to use the pronouns they, them, they exist in the real world. And to not acknowledge it is bad writing. It's weird. It's just as weird as, let's say you're watching a TV show, and in it the main character's like, oh my God, Susie's in danger. We have to drive to her house and warn her. And you're watching this on TV, and you're like, what's wrong with your cell phone, dum-dum? Pick up text Susie, right? To not acknowledge the existence of a cell phone is bad writing. It's a plot hole, and you'll have a problem with that. It's just weird. So let's say you're watching a movie, and it takes place in the 1960s, and in it the main character just turned 18. Boy, the world is my oyster. I get to do whatever I want now. I'm an adult. And you're watching this, and you're like, no, dude. You're about to be drafted. It's the Vietnam War. To pretend that the war does not exist is bad writing, and you're going to pick up on that. You're going to comment on it. So, and that's not to say that the movie is pro-war or anti-war. It's just acknowledging it. And so this is what's going on sometimes. Yes, sometimes, and I pick up on it too, I think you're being messaged. Sometimes that's what they're trying to do. But other times they're just acknowledging what's going on in the real world, and it feels like you're being messaged, and that might not be the case at all. Okay, good. We just had a very rational and respectful conversation. Now I know that the dicks cannot resist. They're still going to come after me, telling me why I'm full of it, right? So for the dicks out there, I'm giving you permission to take the day off. Go outside. Get some sun, have a drink, maybe meet a girl. That might take the edge off things, okay? You don't have to comment on everything. We can be polite, we can be respectful. Oh God, now everyone's gonna prove me wrong. That's not the case at all. Here come the dicks.